It's 2022, and if you're looking to refinance, did you miss the boat? Well, I'll tell you, there are some amazing hacks that you can use when getting a new mortgage to refinance a current property that'll help you save money and get the most out of your new loan. In today's lesson, I'm going to break down all the specific strategies, techniques, and hacks that I'm using with my clients right now. Check it out. Hey, it's Robert Weinberg, NMLS ID 80786. On this channel, we empower people to take control of their futures through expert mortgage and financial strategies. Go ahead and smash that subscribe button if it's your first time watching. Share, comment, and let us know what you think of the channel. Anyways, in today's episode, what I wanted to do is talk to you about the 2022 refinancing hacks that I'm using with my private clients right now. If you don't know, interest rates have gone up a lot lately. You're probably living under a rock. Inflation's through the roof. Inflation is the enemy of mortgage bonds. So rates have been headed higher at a very, very volatile trajectory in the last couple of weeks and months. What does that mean to you? There may not be as much of an interest rate advantage to refinance right now, but that doesn't mean there's no advantage to refinance at all. Just know that the interest rates now are not going to be the 2s and 3s that maybe you heard about from friends, family, or in the media over the last couple years. Those days are over. With that said, should you refi now or wait? You definitely want to jump on the opportunity right now because this inflation problem, the interest rates going up, looks like it's going to get worse before it gets better. So if you can snag a decent rate right now, I would lock it in and move forward with it. You're probably not going to have an opportunity to get a lower rate in the near future, but we will have down the line, as I'll be talking about here. So snag that low rate as soon as possible. Appraisal waivers are amazing, and they're giving them out almost like candy right now because home values have risen so much. You might be able to get a refi done and not even need an appraisal at all on your home. That'll speed up the process, save you money, and just make it a lot more streamlined. But piggybacking off appraisal waivers, how high can your home value go? What that means to you is cash out options. So you have options to take money out of the equity in your home through a strategic cash out refinance, but you need to know how much your home is worth. So if you're working with a good loan officer, they'll be able to run some scenarios through the automated underwriting system to see if you qualify for an appraisal waiver. And if you don't, there's some different websites we can use to get an idea of what your home is worth. That will give us a good estimation of exactly how much cash out you can get. Why is cashing out right now a good idea? Because we don't know how much higher home values are going to go. We don't know how long this is going to last. What we do know is over the last 12 to 18 months, home values have gone up so much, you probably have a lot more equity in your home than you think. And right now is a great time to tap that equity while rates are still relatively good. All right, the next thing I want to talk to you about is the rate and term refi versus cash out refi. So a lot of people, when they think of refinancing, they think of a rate and term refi. That means going from like a 30-year loan to a 15-year loan or lowering your rate from 4% down to 3%. That's all good, but if your rate is not higher than 4% right now, there's probably very little reason for you to do a rate and term refi unless you're really trying to pay your house off a lot quicker. As far as lowering your rate, if you're at 3 right now or 3.5 or even 4, probably very little to no opportunity to do that at all. So what we want to focus on in 2022 as a hack is to utilize the cash out refinancing like I've been talking about for years. Right now is a great time because, again, rates are still relatively good, historically speaking, and the home values are so high, it lets you release more equity than you could have 1 year, 3 years, 5 years ago. So great timing for that. That's what you want to really focus in on when you're looking at refinancing this year. Now, the standard in mortgage is typically like a 15-year fix, 20 or 30-year fix. I'd say the most common is a 30-year fix. But right now, a hack that you can use is don't just look at the 30-year fix. You might have an opportunity to do a 5-year ARM, which is a 5-year loan. It's a 30-year loan that's fixed for the first 5 years, and then it adjusts typically every year after that. The reason why a 5-year ARM is great right now, number one, it could give you an advantage on the interest rate. You might be able to snag an interest rate anywhere from 1/4 to 1/2 point, sometimes even more, lower than the 30-year fixed, but it's still going to give you that 30-year amortization schedule, which will give you a lower payment. Why is 5 years a good timeline? Because as I'm going to talk about, we're going to go into a recession. Rates are going to come down. You're going to have an opportunity to refi that loan within the next couple of years. 5 years gives you plenty of time to battle it out, so to speak, and wait for those lower rates, whether they're a year from now or 3 years from now. You're safe with a 5-year ARM. So I feel like that's a good option that a lot of people should be looking at now that maybe aren't. Ask your loan officer about it if they haven't presented it to you. Next thing is points. So when the rates went up so quickly, a lot of people started looking at options to pay points, which is basically prepaying interest in exchange for a lower rate. Why is that not a good idea right now? Because we're going to see, again, the rates go down here in the next couple years. We just don't know when. And if you pay a bunch of points and fees up front to lower your rate, and then you refi in a year or 18, 24 months, you're not going to have enough time to recoup that money that you invested to get the lower interest rate and pay those points. So you want to take a no point loan or a very low point loan. Sometimes on investment properties or second homes, there are no options with no points because of all the adjustments. So you have to pay points, but you want to pay as little points as possible, as low fees as you can, knowing that you're going to have that refi opportunity over the next 12, 24, 36 months. Another thing is PMI. A lot of lenders were offering upfront PMI, where they would buy out the PMI for you. You'd pay an upfront fee. You don't want to do that right now for the same reason I mentioned a minute ago. You're going to have this great refi opportunity here in the coming years. If you buy out the PMI, you're going to be paying thousands of dollars up front, and you're not going to have enough time to recoup that. So don't worry about the PMI right now. Pay the monthly PMI. We'll be able to lower it or eliminate it completely when this refi happens in the future when the rates go down. So the last thing I want to talk to you about as far as the refi hacks that I'm using with my clientele is a two-step refi strategy. You want to be refinancing in 2022, but thinking about your next loan, thinking about your next step. So maybe you're going to sell your house in a year or two, and that's in the cards for whatever reason, and you know that. Maybe it is doing another refi. So we want to look at the two-step. Step number one is doing the refinance today to solve your problem, to benefit you right now based on the current circumstance, current home value, etc. Then in 12 to 24 months, we'll look at another refi when the rates come down. It's not a matter of if, it's when. If you look at the Fed historically, and when they raise rates, what happens with recessions and whatnot, it's almost guaranteed that there's going to be a good refi opportunity for everyone buying and refinancing in 2022, either the end of this year or sometime in 2023. Maybe even a little further out than that, but I think it's pretty good idea that it's going to happen in these next 12 to 24 months. So with that said, you want to look at this as a two-step process. Get the loan now today and get that relationship with a mortgage advisor so you can take advantage of the refi opportunities when they come up. I'm using HomeBot with my clients to keep them up to date on what's going on with rates, as well as an annual review we do 1 to 2 times a year to make sure you're in the best loan for your needs. So I hope that today's lesson has given you some great information about what I'm using, strategies and hacks with my clients to really take advantage of this market and make the most of their refi transaction this year. If I can be of help to you or anyone that you know, you can reach out to me by call, text, or private message, 860-413-3938. Please share this video and get this over to other people that could benefit from us or benefit from this. Comment, subscribe, hit the notification so that you get notified on all of our future content. Thanks for watching, and we'll talk to you soon. Take care now.